We are Mike and Jeanie, and we restore old houses. In 2021, we moved to South Carolina and bought a 120-year-old Victorian house. Follow along as we put the polish back on this Victorian masterpiece. We bought this tractor right after we moved here because we have 2.3 acres and there's a lot of woods back there, and this property needs a lot of extra help to get cleaned up every year. If we had to do this manually, we would wear ourselves out. So the tractor really helps a lot. So you already know how to drive the tractor.
Yes.
And she is actually a very good tractor driver and very skilled at this thing.
Thank you.
But the one thing that she's never done is mowed with it. That's always been my job. And now that I'm in college and working full time, I don't really have a lot of time to mow. And so she's asked to take on that responsibility, which I gratefully accept. So what we're going to do first is go back and check the yard to make sure there's no downfall from the winter. That's limbs, branches, anything that can get in the way. And then we'll dive right into tractor lessons.
Now, I did clean up a little bit back there this last week, but I don't know if I've got everything. I'm not sure how big or how small it can be. I'm not sure, so we're gonna go double check all of that.
Yeah, generally anything bigger than a twig is not good, so we want to get those picked up and out. So let's go back there and check it out.
Sounds great. I already found a couple of branches that needed picking up. It's very important that we check every time we mow. We want to check right before we mow to make sure that any new fallen branches, like this one, gets picked up. I don't want to damage the mower at all. You know what? We may have to start a pile and pick them up. There is a lot more here than there was before. Look at all these leaves. The poor ground can't breathe. I've got enough here. I'm just going to start making a little pile here. We'll come back with the tractor and pick it up. These two oak trees are really old, and as you can see, they spread a lot of leaves everywhere, which really drowns out the plant life. So I want to get that cleaned up a bit. Hopefully the mower can help. Love these azaleas. Do you see these? Oh, they're beautiful. Oh yeah. These are absolutely beautiful. I think these ones are my favorite. They are so pretty. That is quite a bit for only 2 days. But we got them picked up. Now let's get over to the tractor.
Okay, so there's a couple things you need to know that you've not dealt with before. And one of them is that knob over there by your left leg. That's the mower height adjustment.
Okay.
And the only time you can adjust that is if the mower deck is all the way up.
How do we put the mower up?
Good question. So this control right here will raise and lower your deck. So if you pull it back, it comes up. If you put it down, it comes down. So if you're just running around doing just general yard cleanup and you're not mowing, this thing always needs to be back like that. And that keeps it up and out of the way. But for mowing, you want it down. Otherwise, it won't do anything, but make a lot of noise.
Okay.
All right, so those are the two things that you need to know for that. Now, the way to turn the actual mower on is this switch right here. So that's your PTO switch.
Okay.
So when you push that button on, it electrically engages a clutch, and that makes the mower blade start to spin. Now, there's one thing you need to know about this.
Okay.
Okay. As soon as you touch that reverse pedal, it's going to first of all kick out the PTO, and if you continue doing that, it'll kill the engine.
Oh my.
So
forward only.
Forward only. Now, if you need to back up, what you have to do is press the switch, hold it down, and then go into reverse. And you can let go of it after you're established in reverse, but if you take your foot off the pedal, if you let go of the switch and then take your foot off the pedal, and then you push it again, you'll kill it. Okay, so always be aware of that. You'll probably do it a couple of times and it'll be embarrassing because all you guys are going to see it happen, right? So just remember that. Before you reverse, hold switch down, push pedal, and hold it down if you need to. So as long as you're established in reverse, you can let go and it'll stay. But if as soon as you let off that pedal and you push it again, you kill the engine.
Okay.
Unless you're holding the switch down. So before we do any mowing, we need to get rid of the tractor bucket. So what you need to do is start it up and then bring it around and just put it right on the back side over there behind the mystery structure.
Okay.
What we're going to do now is attempt to put the bucket down in this space right here. That way it's off the mower and won't be in the way. So what you have to do now is I've unhooked the pins. And so what you'll do is you'll do a forward curl. And what that'll do is these arms right here will swing out like this and it'll push the bucket forward.
Okay.
And then you're going to lay it down gently. And then once it's on the ground, go ahead and continue dropping your arm. And the arm will slip out from under here. And once you've slipped out and you're clear, then you can go ahead and back up and the bucket will stay put. So,
okay.
Let's see you do it.
Let's try it.
Back up. Nice. Okay, now curl up. Nope. Great. Okay, great. That worked out pretty good. They usually come off easier than they go back on, so we'll have fun when it comes to the end.
Okay.
All right.
I've never done that part before either.
Yeah. So when you're mowing, you've got to be aware of what's going on around you, particularly in front of you and above you. So you have the rollover protection system bar, and this thing, you can see scratches are all over it. That's because it's been run into trees and actually broken some tree limbs in the past. So you got to be aware of that.
At least it didn't hit your head.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh no.
Well, I've had tree limbs come down on me several times. So yeah. So just be aware and be aware of what's going on around you, particularly if you're getting close to a tree. Because this thing will snag a tree branch and you'll actually break the branch. This thing is much stronger than the tree is.
Okay.
All right. And when you get close to things like structures or anything that you need to get in tight with, if you have to, you can pick the loader up and get it way up high. That'll allow you to get a little closer.
Okay.
Particularly when you're getting close to the house, I recommend you don't get too close because you can get boxed in, you can hit gutters,
Downspouts.
decks, downspouts, that kind of thing. So just, you know, if you don't feel like you can get in there comfortably, just leave it and we'll get it with a weed eater. That's fine. Now, when you mow, you'll take your mower deck lowery thing and you're going to be set right now at 3.
Lower deck lever.
Lower deck lever? What did I call it? A lower deck levery thing?
Yes, something like
Okay.
that.
All right. So remember we were talking about when you can adjust this and when you can't. So
Yes. It's up now.
when it's in the up position, you can adjust this. And because it's the first mow of the season, I would recommend going low. So go ahead and knock this down to about 2.
can't move it I can't move it anymore. There you go.
So,
Thank you.
so that'll allow it to go to the 2 position. I don't know that it necessarily correlates to inches, but it's position number 2. Normally we mow at position number 3, so we just know where it goes. All right. And this lever back here, this is your PTO control. And this controls whether you're running the forward PTO, the back PTO only, the back PTO and the middle PTO, or the middle PTO only. Yeah, that's a lot. But the long and short of it is, if you're just mowing, this lever needs to be all the way back so that it's only running the mower and not trying to turn the big drive shaft back here. All right?
Okay.
So anyway, just like I said, be aware of your surroundings. Watch out for limbs, obstacles, rocks. If you run over a rock, it'll tear up the mower blades.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be aware where you're at.
Okay.
While Jeanie is back there running the mower, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here. So we've got a bunch of rubble and bricks and stuff. A lot of these are just broken. They're not really good for anything. So I'm trying to get these cleaned up and out of here. Nice work.
Thank you.
Now the fun begins. So you have to curl that thing. No, curl it all the way out. There you go. Curl it all the way out until it's pointing straight. Stop. Okay, now what you got to do is kind of maneuver the tractor until you're square with the bucket.
I think I am.
I don't think you are. Because I looked.
Huh?
I looked. So try to come on as straight as you can. Then you got to go down below those hooks and go up to it and then lift, and it should just pick it right up.
Right. Does that look better? Where do I need to go? That way. All right. Huh? I did it. I did it.
Good job.
Woo-hoo. Out. There we go. I'll put a little more. That's there. That's there. This goes down. And we're good. I made sure and put the bucket down in this manner and on the block so that water doesn't collect in it. I hate mosquitoes.
Yeah, it'll fill up with rainwater real quick.
Yes. I don't want it to rust and I don't want bugs to get in there and
Right.
hatch.
Yep.
Ugh.
Okay, well, it's a mess. It's so dirty now.
So am I.
But we'll clean it. We won't bore you with that. We got other things to do. Whenever you buy a really old house, such as this, which is now 123 years old, there's just no telling what you might find when you start digging. And I was digging here right next to the furnace, and I kept hitting stuff, and I started pulling out bricks. Does that sound familiar? I started pulling out bricks, and more bricks, and more bricks. But there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. Like up front, there was definitely something that had been constructed. This looks to me more like rubble. Like somebody just threw it here to get it out of the way, or maybe fill a hole. I don't exactly know what this is, but it doesn't seem to go very deep. It's just a pile of bricks, so I'm just digging these out and we'll just get rid of them because they're no good. We are standing in front of the old mystery structure. We're actually working on a video right now that explains what this mystery structure was and what it was used for, and also the history of the house, the people who built it, the people who lived here. Last year we didn't really do much in here except trim a couple of tree limbs off, and it's starting to get out of control. So we're going to go ahead and cut some of this back right now. Oh, Well,
well, that one works.
that was on concrete. It was easy. What is that?
Ooh. Oh, it's connected to this thing.
Hang on.
Good gracious.
There you go.
Well, I'm still stuck here. It's connected
Oh, is it?
to this stump.
That must be one of those southern vines.
Oh, maybe it's not to the stump.
Hang on.
Oh, good gracious.
That's the way it is in the south. Cut it down low. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but these weeds right here, my grandfather called them chigger weeds because they grow these little balls that have barbed stickers on them, and when you walk past, they stick to your shoelaces. If you have pets, they will get all over your pet's fur, and they're really hard to get out. This thing is taller than I am.
That's coming out of the root of that tree.
Huh.
There's a root, a big one.
Yeah, you know what that is? Those are suckers off of this big tree right here. And this tree needs to come out because do you see how it's pushing up against the mystery structure? That's it, keep doing it. Hit it again. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were starting to get cabin fever, being cooped up, staying away from the freezing cold. But I'll tell you what, this feels so good.
Yes, it does.
Sunshine. I'm actually sweating for the first time in months.
Oh, yeah. Loving the sunshine. Put us in a better mood, too.
Definitely.
I love it.
Definitely.
Well, thank you for watching 1834 Restoration House. Hit the like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.